doggies.
I am going live, just so you know. I don't want you to get caught off guard there. And we are live. So,
Okay.
so welcome everyone. We were just talking about our dogs and how much we love them right before I went live. I'm sure everyone knows this. If you have a dog, oh my gosh, you understand. So welcome everyone. Today is Friday. It is our weekly group coaching session. And today I'm actually going to also show you, this week we've been talking about lead magnets, how to create them, how to create a lead magnet funnel for them. We even talked about some ways that you can add like these checklists to a blog so that you can actually advertise and then even create like a directory of checklists or ebooks and things that you offer. Okay, so I want to show you how to promote that. I also added some new stuff to the membership area. So let me share my screen and I want to show you guys how you can get logged in before we get started today. If you are a member of our program, you can go to myvisionagency.com. First of all, you can join if you're not a member. If you want to join our coaching program, resell our white label AI ads manager that is powered by Play, you can, let me let Ray in here. You can sign up and use our brand of HighLevel, or if you're an experienced marketer or agency owner and you want to resell HighLevel as well, you can sign up here as an agency and you will receive our coaching resources and all that. You can just import directly into your HighLevel account. So when you get access, first of all, if you are an affiliate of ours, or basically if you have a HighLevel account, go ahead and click here to get access to the membership area. And if you are a client using our brand of HighLevel, you can click here to log in. You can also join our free community if you like. Now, regardless of how you logged in, this is obviously my dashboard, but if you are an agency, you get the same membership area. It's just this is embedded into the dashboard. Okay, so it's everything is the same. You'll see here that you want to get access to the Zoom meeting. You can go right here and you'll be able to log in. Make sure to use your membership email address. You can also go into the learning tab and you can go to Zoom support and you want to click here for the Friday session and you'll want to enter in your membership email address there as well. And you'll go right to the meeting, but make sure that you use the correct membership email address so that you get access, but also to make sure that, every time you submit that form on my end, I actually give you like engagement points and all of that because I want to see who our most active members are. Okay, so that's why we have the form now. We used to just send right to the Zoom link, but that's why I'm kind of gating that with the form. Now you can see here that I've added some new channels here over to over on the side here, and our regular live coaching sessions, they are going to be in the coaching tab here. You'll also see for high-level agency owners, whether you're a client or an agency owner, you get access to this area. A lot of times clients end up, when your business is growing and you want to scale, you want to upgrade your own high-level account, it's just a real seamless transition there. But you'll see all of the updates that are relevant to high-level agencies will be here in this area. And you can see, Sean did do some new releases today, so I wanted to add those in there so you guys can see. So I've added, obviously the title here, the help doc so that you can learn more about it. And if you want to watch his video here, you can check that out. Okay, so super cool things coming to HighLevel. We actually have memory option. I have not dove into this yet, but this is one of the things I love about Hey Levi is the ability to store things about your business and then have it create the content from that. So that's the basic premise that you want to think of when we're talking about the history and memory for ChatGPT. Okay. Also notice when you open up videos inside the community, this one's hosted on YouTube, but even if it was just uploaded to the post, that it doesn't leave the community. You can just watch it right here. So if I was to just continue playing there, you would see the video plays and then you can just X out. So that's really, really good because we don't want people leaving our community. Okay. That's just a cool thing about that. We also have the ads manager is live inside of the labs area. Again, there's a help doc here to in the video that Sean made here about that. You can see that the ads manager, it's only available on Facebook. And I know all of you guys are thinking, oh, is this going to replace Play? No, it's not going to replace Play. Maybe in about, a few years, maybe HighLevel will be up to where Play is at now. But the way Play pushes out the features and the updates and all of that, imagine where Play will be. So I think it'll be like a constant kind of chasing to see, but for years, we are good with Play. Okay. Plus, this only does Facebook right now. And of course, with Play, we have Spotify and Facebook and Google and TikTok and Snapchat and LinkedIn, all of those things. Okay. So this is basically what it looks like. I didn't go into this, but the premise of this type of Facebook Ads Manager is because you're basically placing your clients get access to this, okay? And there's two different ways that you can sign up. And then from the ad spend, the agency gets a percentage, okay? So HighLevel gets a percentage, you get a percentage. So basically that's how that works inside of the dashboard. Like I said, you can read more about that checking out the help doc, and it'll help you walk through, getting it set up, because the whole purpose of this is to resell. Okay. Now, of course, we can resell inside of Play as well, and I have training on that. But again, this is just for Facebook ads. Okay. So honestly, if it were me and I have Play and then I have this, I probably wouldn't even activate it yet. I would just let HighLevel kind of catch up before I even saw if it was going to be a good solution, just because we have so much more of an advanced solution. And this was literally just released a couple days ago. Okay. So if you're wondering, oh my gosh, is it going to, outdate these other tools? And you'll notice that HighLevel, there's so many amazing third-party tools, and HighLevel eventually catches up to all of that and starts integrating all of the most useful third-party tools into their platform. But HighLevel is doing everything, right? The difference with Play, for example, is they focus strictly on ads. So they're, no all-in-one is going to beat someone who's focusing strictly on one individual feature. Okay. So that is the gist of all that. This is a cool thing here, white label community courses and client portal. So you can see that. And again, you'll need to turn this on in Labs. But when you do, you'll see it here in the client portal. And this is this is at the sub account level. Okay. So you as the agency, you have the ability, HighLevel charges you for each account who enables this $29 a month, but you can charge your client like $79 a month. And then of course you get HighLevel charges you 29, and then you keep the difference because your client is paying you 79. Of course, I don't know if the ability to build this into the SaaS plans is available yet, but you can see that once it's enabled, for example, they just click the button if they want to add the branded mobile app, and then they'll pay for that. So that will be like a separate subscription. And my agency, I kept it at the default, which was $79, but you could charge whatever you want to. Okay. So what's cool about this is you guys know that getting a mobile app for your business is incredibly expensive, thousands of dollars. Okay. So HighLevel has actually streamlined this process to make it so incredibly affordable. And what this means is, just like you can download the Collab app for communities, and of course that's branded Collab, right? You can download the app in my membership area, any other HighLevel membership area. If they're using the gray label app, you'll be able to log into that with your login credentials. Okay, so I can tell you as my members, go download the Collab app, log in with your membership credentials, and then you'll have access to our membership area on your mobile phone. So I can send push notifications. I can do all those cool things that are available in a normal mobile app. The difference here, though, is if I created this for my agency, my sub account here, and every sub account can do this, then I would be able to say, yeah, go to the App Store and look for My Vision Agency, and then download my app, and then everything is branded to my business. Okay, so this is an incredible resource to offer our clients who do want that mobile app. Now, I love the ability to have the collab, because what's cool, like I'm not quiet about reselling HighLevel, right? So I tell everyone it's HighLevel, but what's cool is you as HighLevel agency owners, you can go to the collab app, and then when you go to like download it and then log in, it will show you all the agencies you could, or all of the accounts basically that you have that you could log in for. So let's say you download the collab app and you have the HighLevel community, you have access to that, and then you have access to maybe like white label suite community, or any of the other communities that you have available that is using the collab app. If you use that email, it'll actually ask you which of those do you want to log in. I, as an affiliate, love that. But you, as a business owner, and maybe your clients, maybe they don't like that, right? You want to just have your app. So this goes right to the App Store, just like any other app. Super, super cool. We have that ability to do that now. All right, so following along here, you'll see, let me go into FormWise. FormWise now has, let some of you guys in, FormWise now has the ability to create tools that you can actually search the web for. Okay, so I added that video here so you can see how all of that works. So remember, it's kind of like AI Coach, except you have the ability to create your own like standalone tools with FormWise. So while it's, generating content, FormWise is not the same as Cloud, or as the AI coach. Okay, so I actually did a video comparing the two, but you can see that how their new feature works there. All right, you can also see that I've added a section here for, hey, Levi, when they release new features for that, I'll add those there. And then of course, Play is just pumping out the features here. So you can check this one out for language targeting, triple audience narrowing. You can check all of that out there. Also, if you guys didn't know, you are invited to join Play's open office hours. That is every Thursday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is actually 5 p.m. EST. So you can check all that out. They do send the Zoom link in their group, so you can check that out there. Okay. I think here's some new things here. Oh, LinkedIn message ads and AI ad copy. Definitely check that out there. And then, of course, LinkedIn message ads and link bridge for Google ads and all of that. Okay, so super cool things happening. So I do want to stop here and make sure that you guys don't have any questions before I show you how to create a Facebook ad for your lead magnets. Do you have any questions? I don't see any hands up. Okay, cool. Let's dive in. You guys are ready to work today. All right, let me get this here set up so that I can show you. Okay, so remember, we talked about the two different ways that you can deliver a lead magnet. Okay, there's many, many ways. We talked about a lead magnet funnel, right? Where you connect a domain and you have a form on the website and they fill it out and then they go to the thank you page, and then they're going to, receive an email. We built all that out yesterday, right? You can always go to the YouTube, search Bridget Bartlett to find that training there. But we did all of that. We also talked about creating like a secondary blog, because what is so cool about doing this type of structure for your lead magnets is you can actually create, let me go to, see if you can actually create like a standalone website here, and then you would just share this link to this specific checklist. And what I love this over like a PDF, especially for a checklist, is by doing the blog post, they can actually check these boxes here, which is, really what you want for a checklist, right? But what's also cool is they see this checklist here, but you might have multiple different categories of different checklists and resources that you have that would be very helpful to this person. They can also search the different checklists or topics that they're interested in. And of course, you could have a button up here that says, hey, do you want to become a member? And they can click there and then learn more about your business. So I really love this. You can also add pop-ups here. I really love this idea of doing your checklists and things like that in this type of searchable directory. Okay. Now, of course, I do have my other blog area, just my normal blog, but when you have HighLevel, you can create multiple blogs. Okay. So you could create even a blog for every type. Maybe you have a blog for like all of your ebooks, or a blog for all of your live training replays, like I have, or a blog for, different niches and topics. You can do all of that here in the account. Okay. The next thing, let's talk about, okay, so once you create that, what you want to do is go into your Play account or your White Label AI Ads Manager, whatever you're calling it, and you want to go to Creative Hub, okay? Because remember, the goal of this is we need to capture the email before they get to this, okay? So it doesn't matter if you're using the lead magnet funnel, it's real easy because you're just sending it to you're just sending them to the website where they're going to enter in their data, and then it's going to go to the thank you page and you'll move through the process. But I wanted to show you how you can create a Facebook lead form and then just send them directly where you want them to go. So you can actually pump out these resources. Like you could create 10 checklists today and then run 10 ads to these, right? By using Facebook lead form. So I want to show you how easy this is to connect. Let me make sure that everyone is in here. I see people popping in here. Okay. So let's go through the process. Let's create our Facebook lead form. Okay, so when you click Start a New Creative, you can see all the different options here. What I want is the Facebook Instant Form, because really what I'm trying to replicate is the sales funnel. Okay, all we need before we share that is an email address. Okay, so that we can retarget them. That's the purpose of doing lead magnets for lead generation. So we're just going to call this lead magnet example. And we could choose our language here. We could also choose a greeting. So let's add a greeting and we'll say access our checklist. Now, please don't put this. Be more specific about what you're what you're promoting, right? And I'm going to say this is an amazing checklist that will solve all of your problems. You guys know I can't spell. Okay. Now we have our greeting there. Now we need the form. Now here you want to decide, do you want a higher volume or do you want people of higher intent? Okay. I prefer volume. But again, it just really depends on your strategy and how you want to use this, but I like volume. Okay. Now we have the pre-fill in questions. Okay, now you can just choose email and full name on your form, but I actually want to show you how you can create a different answer. Okay, so or a different question and map it out. So let's say that multiple choice, and let's say what are you interested in learning more about? Okay. Now, I'm just putting that there just for the sake of a better question. But of course, this is going to be it's the process I want you to see, and not so much like, don't put, maybe what are you interested in learning more about? But let's say the answer is A, and then this answer is B, and then let's say this answer is C. Okay. So now we are, instead of choosing like the higher intent up here, let's choose just more questions that they have to answer. Okay. So that's why I prefer that strategy. So when you're building out your form here, you'll see what it's actually going to look like. So what are you interested in learning more about? A, B, C. Okay. Of course, we could add more if we want to there. Here, we can add the link to our privacy policy, which for me is, I have a subdomain that has all of my legal pages on here. So we have legal.myvisionagency and it is privacy. Okay. And then now we have custom disclaimer. I won't worry about that. But now we have what, like at the end. Okay. So what, like the completion, the last page here, which would be this. Okay. Now I don't like to say you're all set. I want to say, great. Check your email for the guide or the checklist. Okay, because we definitely want them. And I explained yesterday why I like to send them to the email instead, because I want to make sure that I'm getting a valid email. So a lot of times people will say, well, I ran an ad and I'm getting like all bogus emails. And it's the strategy behind it is it's always the strategy, right? So it's the strategy to determine whether you're getting good emails or not. And one way is tell them in step one, like this area here, we want to tell them, make sure to put in a valid email. Okay, so here I put enter a valid email, and I'm just telling them, not saying that it's really going to stop them from putting a fake email in, but I just want to let them know, like, if you put a fake email in, you're wasting your time because you're not going to get this thing. Okay, so enter a valid email to receive this amazing guide. Okay. So now we have privacy policy, we have completion, and we want to say check, great, check your email for the checklist. And here we'll say uh, check your spam and promotions folder if you don't receive it. All right, now here we have a call to action. Now you need to decide, okay, they've opted in for the free thing. We've gotten their information. Now, where do we want to send them? You could say, check out the guide, okay? But if you did that, that would show here, check out the guide, and then they would go to this link, which is the guide, okay? But if I do that, then they're not, I'm not verifying they have a valid email, okay? So I actually like to just put learn or visit our website, or you could do like join our free community, or whatever you want to put there. Okay, so I would do visit our website, and then I would add my actual website there. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and save the form. I've created the form, but I have not yet created an ad. So let's go to the advertise, let's go to Facebook, and let's actually create the ad. Okay, so here we want to choose leads because we're going to use a lead form. Okay, we're going to paste the link to our website. Now, what's cool about this is when you paste, and you don't have to paste the blog post, but if you have like, a lead magnet funnel, you would paste that there. But when you paste that there, what it's actually going to do is read it, and then it's going to generate the ad based on the information from the page. Okay, so I'm going to say lead magnet. Let's give it a name here. So lead magnet example, that I know this was just an example training. And then we're going to choose our targeting. Now you could use the AI targeting, but and I've said this since day one, I love to just use a lookalike audience, an audience that you've gotten from people who know who you are. So like those people would actually be custom, but I like to use my custom audience of people who actually know who I am and who have engaged in some way with me or my business. And then I like to generate a lookalike audience from that. Okay, so I'm going to use my lookalike audience there, and then I'm going to choose the lookalike audience that I want to use. Okay, so I'm only going to use that one. I could also create one here. I can choose my targeting here, and I could use advanced placements, but I actually like to turn these off. Okay, I don't feel these are very productive, and it will increase your cost per lead if no one's opting in there. So I just like to turn those off and do the feed. Okay. So now I have chosen my audience and I've chosen my lookalike. You can choose your location here. I like to just choose the United States. And then we're going to choose the image, which you can choose any image here from the stock, these stock folders. Let's go here. You can search here for any image that's through Shutterstock. So it will say like, let's say reseller or something like that. We could look up an image here. So if I wanted to use one of these, I could, and you'll see that it'll have like the Shutterstock, like watermark over it. But when you place your ad, that'll go away. Okay. So let's say that we wanted to choose this one. We just select the size and all that. But I actually think it'd be better if you guys went to play and you created something like this. You can even just use the the templates that they have available. You can see here, I just said free checklist, the reseller's guide, a clear checklist to reselling white label solutions. That's all in the checklist. I just kind of copied that here and added an image of myself and access your guide. Okay. I just feel like these specific graphics like that are a little bit more productive, at least for my example. Okay. So all you would need to do is upload that to your gallery here, and then you can select any of those that you want to. Let's just say that it was this one. I could select multiple and do like A/B split testing or carousels. I have lots of variations there. So I'm just going to choose one. And then let's say we can use the copywriter examples, or we could use custom content. I'm just going to leave it like that there. Let's actually do yeah, because it pulled it in already because I had just previously tested all of this out. Okay. But if I didn't, I could just do generate ad, and then it's going to generate this from this. Okay. So I just did this to save time. So you can choose your headlines here, but again, it's going to write all of that for you. Okay. And then you also want to choose your call to action. So do you want it to be sign up, apply, download, whatever you want it to be, learn more. You can also select here the lead magnets that you want to use. Okay. Now, I actually don't see my lead magnet. So let's see, because I called it example. So let's go import from Creative Hub, and you can see import. So there we go. And then now I'm going to select that one that we just created together. And so now that I've added this to an ad, which you can see my budget here, I can add whatever I want for my budget and then click create. But this is not actually ready yet, okay? Because this is integrated into HighLevel, okay? But I need to map out the fields first, all right? So to do that, I need to come in here. I'm going to refresh the screen. And then you'll see that, and of course you need to have your business manager go to integrations and make sure that it's connected to your HighLevel sub account. But you'll see now I have lead magnet example. And when I click this, you'll see now I have email, full name, and then I have that question that we created. And just like mapping out anything else, I need to tell it what information am I wanting this, like what is this in my system. Okay. Just like email. What is email in my system? Obviously, I want to choose email. Okay. What is full name in my system? It's full name. Now, what are you interested in learning more about? I don't have a field. Okay. But you can see I have my selections down here. So what I need to do is go to custom fields, and I want to create that field that I just built in my Facebook lead form. I want to now build that here. So let's just say I'm going to choose a radio box because I want them to only have one option. So let's say, actually, let's just copy this. Let's go back here. Okay. What are you interested in learning more about? Okay, so if I wanted them to choose multiple, which I could, I would want to use a check box. If I want them to choose one, I want to choose a radio box. Okay, so I'm going to say, what are you interested in learning more about? We'll keep it in the contact area, and then we could actually just add this to additional info. And then now I want to choose my answers. So what are my answers? Remember when we built out the form, it's going to be A, B, or C. All right, and now save. So now I've created that field. So now when I go back here, let me go into, I think I closed out of that. Okay, so now that I created that, let's go back into our integrations. And let's go to Facebook. And when we go to map fields data, now we can select that we just, what are you interested in learning more about? Okay, so whatever answer they put here is going to be the answer that it's mapping out as well. So when I'm building my automation that says when they fill out the Facebook form, I also can use the answers from that. So let's go, let me stop sharing for just a second. Do you guys have any questions so far? I want to take you into the workflow, and I
No,
want to show
everything's
you.
spot on.
Yeah, you got it? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, let me get back into the automations now. Charles, did you know how to add a custom field
Yeah.
before?
Yeah.
Of course you did. Of course. All right, let's see here. All right, so let's create a workflow here, and we're going to start from scratch. And of course, the trigger here would be our Facebook lead form. Okay, so I'm going to type in Facebook, and you'll see we have Facebook lead form, but this would be any Facebook lead form. So we want to make sure to choose the Facebook lead form that we created that also said example. So this is our Facebook lead form. Okay. And now what we want to do is the contact info has been brought in to the contact, right? So we could, if we wanted to segment, we could use if-else conditional logic. We could also just directly, if we didn't have that question or it was irrelevant, we could just send an email at this point, okay? So let's say we didn't have that additional question. We just had, you know, uh, fill out the form to get your checklist, and then they fill out the form, we send an email, we put the checklist here. Okay. But let's say we do have that form and we want to send the specific guide or whatever, relevant to what they were interested in. We could do if else. And then if we could say, what are you interested in learning more about? And then we could say, if their answer is A, contact details. What are you interested in learning more about? Here we go. What are you interested in learning more about? Is A. Okay. And then we would do the same thing here. Let's do branch. What are you interested in learning more about? Let's go down here. Um, what are you interested in learning more about? Let me find it. Okay, here we go. Is B. And then we have one more, and this one is going to be C, and it's going to be, what are you interested in learning more about? Let me find it again. Okay, is C. All right, oops, C, save. All right, so now if you're following along with me, they've submitted the Facebook lead form. We had that extra question there. Now they're coming in to our workflow because that was the trigger in HighLevel is they fill out the Facebook lead form. Now their contact information and the answer that they had to that third question is in our HighLevel account. So now what we need to do is tell it what to do with that. Now we may be giving them the same guide, okay? We may want to send an email and say, um, here is your guide. Since you're interested in learning more about A, here are some more resources that you may find valuable. Or, since you're interested in B, here's some additional info. Here's a video that we created for you, or here is, whatever you want to share with them, right? But this will allow you to take those questions, right? So we don't really need to pay more for the ad to see if they are a higher intent. We can actually tell if they're a higher intent by the segmentation, by the answers to their questions inside of our HighLevel account. Okay, so I want to stop sharing here. Are you lost? Is this new information?
I,
What do you think?
I I think that that was really great, and I really like the strategy on the high volume, and then allowing them to select their intent. Because that's one of the things I was thinking about when you were saying that. It did pose a question for me in my mind, and I, I have a quick solution, but I want to see if this works or not. When you in Go High Level, you know how you can create a custom field, and you can have the drop downs like ABC,
Uh,
right? And you can
yep.
go in after it's live and you can add D if you want to. On the Facebook lead form, can you do the same thing once it's live? Or once it's live, I think it's locked. I can't remember.
I don't,
Does that make sense?
yeah, I don't think that actually, I know that you can't edit. Whether you do
Right,
it through
okay.
Play or you do it through Facebook, you can't edit a
Right,
form once it's already been created. That's why I have so many
okay.
forms, even though they're basically the same.
Right, right.
I
So
wish that
so
Good.
So then in that scenario, if you started off, let's just say with version one of a lead form, and then you had version two of the lead form that you wanted to connect to that ad, how do you how do you go in and swap that out? Does that make
Uh,
sense? Or do you have to just recreate the ad and with the new lead form?
you could, I don't know if you can I wouldn't, even if you can edit, I wouldn't edit the ad like that and change.
Yeah.
I would just I would just disable the ad and then just create a new one.
Hmm. Okay. That's okay. Okay. Cool beans.
Cool,
But no,
cool.
this is really exciting. I was on a call with Play earlier this morning too. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Did you
no.
see, do you join their open office hours?
Well, it's at 5 and then I'm always on yours. So then and I try to sneak away from yours to go to it, but it just doesn't work out for me. I'm like, I gotta go to Bridget's.
Uh,
I watch the replay from time to time though,
yeah,
because I can catch the replay.
yeah,
I've been in live once or twice with Logan, which is fun.
yeah. They're doing so many cool things. I did
Hmm.
want to kind of show you guys this new feature. Now, this isn't available yet to you guys, but it is coming. The SaaS configurator inside of Play, inside of your white label AI ads manager. It's only available for Black Label right now.
Hmm.
But this is coming. The purpose of that is because they want you to be able to, because you don't need HighLevel to resell Play. So they don't want you to have an additional tool to be able to sell that. And then also when you have that type of integration, it allows you, just like HighLevel, it allows you to automate a lot of like your new customer processes because you have that. And then, to automatically get them signed up and not have to share the link and all those things.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, cool, cool. Do you guys have any questions or anything today?
I'm gonna check my note.
Of course. Okay, you guys are just rocking and rolling. Let me go ahead and we can take care of this wheel here. So you guys know every time you join me for our weekly group coaching session, your name gets entered into the wheel and you are entered to win a free 30-minute private coaching session with me. So let me go ahead and get your names in there and maybe you guys will think of a question while we're doing that. So first person we have is Andrew. And then we have Anthony. I don't know why I spelled Andrew so terribly wrong because I'm a horrible speller. Okay, Charles, Frankie. I wonder every time I say live, I'm a horrible speller. I wonder if someone will ever just keep track of that and tell me, Bridget, this year you said you're a horrible speller 962 times. All right, let's
Actually,
see.
752.
Oh, thank you so much. All right. Okay. So I have, you guys let me know if I missed any of you. Andrew, Anthony, Charles, Frankie, Manny. Oh, I put Manny and Manolo. Maria, Terry, Ray, and Rick. Did I miss anyone? Nope. All righty. Let me share my screen here. All right, and just so that you know, if you're a member watching anywhere else, you do need to be in the Zoom meeting to be entered to win. So go ahead and spin the wheel. Maria. All right, Miss Maria is the winner.
Maria.
I
I
have a
will,
few. Maybe we need a lunch date for this one.
yeah, I will send you the link as soon as we're
All
done.
right.
So,
Thanks, Bridget.
yeah. Do you guys have anything I can help you with? Here we have 20 minutes. You have me here, so.
Um, well, I mean, I'm always taking a shot at something. So I'm going back through the process of onboarding which is funny because it's like it's me starting over again. So after I bring them on, I get the domain set up. My next thought process is um, the lead connector and the telephone, correct? System. Like
If
I'm trying to
you,
make sure I'm doing it in the right order.
yeah. So it should definitely, well, it really just depends on what you want to do for your onboarding, what you want to supply or what you want to do for them. I love the idea of doing the phone number and the A2P compliance, but I hate doing the A2P compliance. And here's why. You just need so much information about their business to be able to really complete that A2P compliance. So you definitely want to make sure that if you are going to do that, that you are specific about the information that you're capturing from them to be able to do that. And that's really the hardest part of any onboarding is just making sure that all the information that you need, you get from them at one time so that you're not going back and saying, oh, now I need your EIN, or oh, are you an LLC or a sole proprietor? Or are you this and that? And that those are the things that kind of make it cumbersome. But I would definitely say, like as a basic onboarding, the things that are going to make them stick is going to be obviously you want to create their location if you're doing it manually, create their user and all that. But as far as setting up the account, you want to make sure that their domain is connected to a website. That's gonna reduce churn because they need something working for them. And that's usually like a huge obstacle when it comes to non-marketers trying to figure out how to do that. The next thing is definitely set up that email sending domain and make sure that if nothing else, they have a working website and they have a way to send and receive emails because that's what's going to make their whole system really start working. The phone number is a great bonus. The A2P compliance is a great bonus, but it's not necessary. So it may be like, it's really up to you. I would say try it once and see what you think. The other thing is, if you get the information wrong, you're paying every time that A2P compliance gets rejected.
Hmm. And,
So
and I see you on here, Terry. Can you give me some feedback as far as your thought as well too? Because we're in similar industries. Just on that, I don't know if you heard the question or not.
I didn't hear it at all, but
Oh, yeah, I got you. What I was saying is from when I'm onboarding people in my industry, because it's the same thing, kind of like solar. Like,
mhm.
what do you feel? And I'm trying to make sure that I'm doing the things initially on onboarding, to help them get a quick start. So of course, like the domain, the email I'm doing, or what's your thought or experience, or do you disagree, or does that make sense?
You was breaking up. So
Oh,
he was asking about what do you think about when you're onboarding a new client into your agency
mhm.
about doing like purchasing the phone number and then doing A2P compliance for them?
So like in our case, I let that be an option for them because it takes longer. So I do the email campaign stuff push out first, and it's easier to get that set up quicker because the A2P each individuals, because some of them that on board with us don't have a EIN number, right? So that's another process. So they kind of I guess on the text they'll use our. I'm not sure, Bridget, do they use the main account? Because you don't have no text number until you go through that, so they
Right.
couldn't do no texting.
Yeah,
So
they would have to create the number and then get A2P
yeah,
approved.
so it's a little delay. It depends on the person too, though. But the key, the best part for us, by us having the generator, which I use 10,000%. I haven't had yet so far by using it that I always got approval with it. The
And
only time I didn't get approval, the person who told me they had a website didn't have, they gave me a link
user.
and they couldn't verify stuff. So the denials that I got couldn't verify private policy and stuff like that. So to answer your
Yeah.
question, to get it to have a smooth transition and get them up and to get that win, I would wait on that and do the email because the emails you got to warm it up and they could send that out quicker. If that makes sense. That's what we do. I
Yeah,
don't know if
that's
Okay,
that
yeah,
relates.
that's basically what I was
appreciate
saying
it.
too, because I think if you've ever tried to do the A2P compliance for a client, you're like, yeah, this is probably not something I want to.
Well, the thing is, Bridget, I automated it.
Yeah. Oh, did you automate the A2P?
Yeah, so they basically, well, to a degree, they basically fill out the
Yeah.
questionnaire that the ATP got, and I just copy and hit the button, boop, it pops it all in there, mapped it out, pops it in there, and I just boop, hit it and be like, okay, you good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was telling Charles. Like when you're doing the onboarding, the hardest part is knowing the information that you need to get. And then once you have it, it's usually it's a sweet thing. But it's like that process of like making sure to get all the because you don't want to have to go back and say, okay, are you a sole proprietor or are you, LLC or do you have this? Do you have that? And then that's when it like just takes so much more time and prolongs the process and everybody's frustrated. So yeah, that's cool. Cool, cool,
I do
Terry.
have a question though.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I have my forms and stuff all set up, so I figured, once they buy a product, right, I'll just tag them because they're already in the system. But it created two accounts. So it tagged the person and created another account instead of updating. Did I needed to put create an update opportunity in that workflow and the purchase workflow?
Do you want to show me so I can see?
Yeah, yeah. Let me bring that up. Give me 1 second. I apologize not having this already up.
Oh, you're okay. Actually, since you're doing that, I'll show you guys. I don't have it lit up right now, but HighLevel sent me the coolest neon sign. I can't wait. I'm taking this TV down behind me. You guys are
Oh,
gonna
that's a
see.
nice sign. I seen it on post. I seen the post.
I'll pull this up and take the pressure away from you, Terry. But um, look how cool. It's pretty big too. So I'm gonna put that on the wall behind me from now on. Love
That's
it.
dope.
Yeah. I got that in the mail. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. A couple months ago I won like an affiliate contest and that was the prize that they sent me. So I was like, oh my gosh, but I had forgotten about it until I got it. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I love it.
All right,
I
I
got,
got it, Bridget.
got it.
Let me just share my screen. Can you see it? So these are the three different products that's set up on the form. So each time somebody choose each one of those, it goes through the what if, and then I tag each one. But what happened, a person the other day purchased this VIP product. It tagged them, but I didn't have this in here. I just added it yesterday when I got the phone call that they didn't get it. And it created in this account. I'll go out of here. It created in the contacts. Well, I don't want to show that information all on here. Let me go back. But where is it at? Workshop products. Here we go. It created another contact with that person's information in there, and I already have in there. Don't duplicate contacts. So it kind of threw me off because instead of I didn't have this in here though. I didn't have it create an update.
So click on that right there. Does it say allow duplicate opportunities? Okay. Okay. So you may want to, if you're going to use your opportunity pipeline for this purpose, you may want to turn that off where it says to move to a previous stage and then allow duplicate opportunities. Or because what's happening is um,
Well,
it's,
when that happened, Bridget, this wasn't in yet. It was
uh,
just this and the email. It was just a tagging email.
okay.
So I
So
figured
But
I'm sorry.
the issue is it created a duplicate opportunity card, you're saying?
It
Or
created another contact with the
uh,
tag and with when I didn't have this in here. So instead
Does
of
the tag trigger
updating that
workflows?
person information with the tag, it basically created a new contact.
do you have another automation that starts with that tag?
No.
Okay, I don't know why it would create a new contact unless they used a different email address because it should just when they make the purchase, as long as they use the same email,
Okay.
then it should just add the tag.
That was my thought. And I'm like, huh? It was like, yeah. I'm like, no, it shouldn't do that. But I'm not saying it didn't, but
Yeah.
it threw me. And so we'll see. I put that in there like that just to create the update, but it was basically she sent me uh, uh, a screenshot of it created it two contacts in my phone. So
Was it the same email for both for the contact?
that I did not ask the question. So
Because
yeah,
I'll always look at the execution log on the far right. I don't want you to pull it up because it's gonna pull up the personal information, but I always check that and then I'll go to the contact at the bottom and look at the audit log.
Yeah, anytime I notice anything duplicated like that, I always check to see if they have the same email. That's first.
but where do it when I go in here, it
Yeah, you
don't
go into
or
the
the email at
workflow.
the top. Okay. Yeah,
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 and then
yeah.
go to the history.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. That's what I normally do too. I go to the execution log to figure out what happened or what didn't happen.
Yeah,
And yeah. Okay. All right.
might take you a minute to figure that out. Also, worst case scenario, if you have tried everything and you just cannot figure out what the issue is, I would break down that workflow and just create separate ones for each product.
I love my automations.
I know.
No, I'm with you, Bridget. I'm
I
with you.
know.
Like
But
how this started doing is when Charles was like, "Hey," and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna put this all with a what if and branch it all out.
I just made a super duper one that yeah.
Oh man, I'm like, I'm the
If
what
you
if
do
guy.
your
Like, what branch, which way you want to go? We'll go all the way. You be like, it's starting up here,
What if? Yeah.
and I got the whole
security,
from the A to Z in there.
The
yeah,
go-tos, listen, the go-to.
Oh, yeah, you whoop it. It's like, come back around.
Yeah,
Oh, man, I love
yeah,
that. They'd be like,
yeah.
is that a spider web? I said,
It's a
hey,
roller
it's
coaster.
there you go, man. I'm loving it.
if you do that, Terry, don't delete the workflow. Just unpublish it, create it, test it, and see if you get the
Ah,
same result.
yeah.
If you don't, then it has nothing. So it's really just all about the troubleshooting and testing process, right? So if you do that and you get the same exact result, you know that the if-else conditional logic and this, segmentation, that has nothing to do with the issue. So then you could just move on to the next thing. That's what I would do if it was my workflow and I just could not figure out what the issue is.
Copy, copy. I got one. Well, I had a question, but I can't remember it now. It just slipped me. I was thinking as me and Charles was talking, but
I'm sure it had
yeah,
something to do with how much you love automation and
man, man.
how much
What was
time
that?
and money it saves you with
Oh
automation.
man, yes. I can't think of it. It was a question dealing with I can't. It's oh, the question is the play. I didn't know play had and I see, man. I'm just gonna ask this real quick that they had office hours, and I'm looking to really put play into my play
Mhm.
book. So I'm kind of like putting that together for acquisition and retention um process. When it comes to play and I'm building customer base, my clients through my system, because I could set up unlimited. What happens when they, dang, never mind. I just answered my question.
When they find out it's play. Is that
Yeah,
what you're? Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah,
instead of
if you're white labeling, you don't want to invite them to. But what you can do though, you and your clients totally have access to the play team. You just go to the, submit a support ticket. And I have heard that, and I don't contact them very much, but I've heard that they will even hop on Zoom calls. They'll help you with like strategy. I mean, they do this stuff for your clients as part of
I,
their support.
I was on a Zoom call today with Play, and I'm regularly on Zoom calls or directly emailing back and forth with Play, which is when Bridget brought up the open office hours for Play. That's why I kind of chuckle a little bit because I'll watch it sometimes on replay. But I have a person at Play that I talk to in regard to Facebook, or and then they have different people, depending upon what platform you want to use. So I mean, I definitely say, and what I can say is they're really good about having a conversation with whoever.
mm,
Once you having a conversation with them, they helping you.
because I want to start running ads too for our solar
Hmm.
and for a program I'm doing with affiliate marketing with the system. So I really want to start doing these ads because for the group
Hmm.
I'm putting together, I'm gonna do a team rotator.
I
So
understand.
if you join my group, them ads
Right.
is
Yeah.
rotate, you
Yeah.
know.
I'm with you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great strategy, by the way, because again, that when you're using the rotator links and running ads so that everyone benefits from your experience of ads, it's another way of eliminating the barrier to success. You don't need to
Mhm.
know ads. We're going to just run them for you. You're just going to take the sales we give you. It's a great, great strategy.
Yeah.
Manolo, you have a question?
Yeah, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. I'm sharing my screen. Can you see it?
Yep.
Okay, so when I go here, I created this subdomain, basically a page on a website to sell AI ads.
Uh-huh.
I named it in Spanish, of course. So everything is in Spanish pretty good. But down here is the problem. You see this? I can't get this translated. I don't have access to that information on the free trial.
Oh, you can turn that off.
Yeah, but I need to let him know that the 15th first day and then the actual price. You got to
Yeah.
be a little specific.
So what I would do in this situation,
Mhm.
first you have cart mode on. So I don't know if you want them to be able to select multiple plans. If you do, it's fine. But
No, actually, I just wanted to choose one of them, but I have to
okay,
give him the option.
okay. So what you want to do is turn cart mode off,
Car
and
mode
then
off.
yeah, and then that will allow them to just choose one plan at a time.
Well,
The next part to
since I
that,
have you here, could you,
yeah,
the
open
car
up
mode should be where?
you need to open up the funnel and then click on the order form and then turn off cart mode.
Okay. Sorry, it's a little slow because we're on the internet for some reason.
Yeah, that's cool.
I usually use Chrome, but I couldn't connect with Chrome. So here we go. We're gonna go to the,
Yep, click on that. And then over on the right-hand side, scroll down. Go to advanced. All right, now scroll up a little bit. Okay, see where it says enable cart mode? You can turn that off. Now, product description, that's what you're talking about that you can't change. What I would say is maybe create a different product, like let's say product A. If you can't remove it, okay,
Mhm.
choose like create a different product. So you would have like product A English, product A, Spanish. And then that way, when you're writing the descriptions out for those individual products, you have the different Spanish and English version.
No, I only want the Spanish. I have a whole
Okay,
page for the English
then
version.
what it's doing is it's pulling that in from your product area. So if you need to change that, you'll have to go in at the product level and change it.
Yeah, but I didn't find it in the product level. I created the products, but I did not find it in the product levels. Of course, if I go out here,
Well, somewhere you type that information in. So wherever you typed it in, you have to go back.
no, I type the 15 days free trial, but I
Yeah.
didn't type it in English. I only chose the 15-day free trials. So products are over here. All right.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but what I'm saying is at the product level, like you're pulling in products here from your payments tab where you built the original product.
That's correct.
Yeah.
But when I build it, it only gives me the choice to choose the the amount of days that are the free trial, but it doesn't translate it to Spanish. And it's
So
obviously not.
yeah, that information though it's something that you typed in, right?
Yeah, I created the products, but let me see, where are the products here? Here are the products. No?
Mhm.
Products. Okay, so let's pick up one of them. And either one of them, because they're all there. So if I go here, extremely slow, I'm sorry. Okay, here it is.
Mhm.
Okay, here's the pricing. Come on, come on. Okay, and we'll ask you for,
And click on one of those that prices there.
okay, we go to the, see this, it doesn't give me the option to put it in Spanish. I only choose the trial period and the monthly and recurring, but when it prints it out in English.
Okay. I would say contact support and see if they can dig around in there and see what the issue is. Just because I don't have access to your account. It would
Yeah,
take me
I
a few minutes
understand.
to figure out where you can. I mean, obviously the workaround would be turn that off. And then you can use the title of the product to say, the specific details. Also, where it says 0, you can put the actual price in there. If you go back to sites and you go to the actual product,
Mhm.
um, where it says like additional, like go back to that, go to sites, go back to your original funnel that you have those products connected to. And then um, click on products. And then click to edit one of the products, the 3 dots there. So right there, you see where it says price display override? Because you have a free trial, it's showing up as zeros. So you can put the amount there that the actual product is going to be. And
Mhm.
then any extra information, you can actually just type in there like where it says product name, because that's what's going to show up on the form. So that would be a workaround that you can do to eliminate the need for that additional text underneath.
Okay, I'll give it a try. I
Cool.
appreciate it.
You're
Now,
welcome.
um, I have this whole version in Spanish as well, but when I'm going to do the videos, a lot of the stuff come out in English, and I have to translate it, but it's still on the website in English. And I know HighLevel really works pretty much anywhere, and there's a lot of folks that have HighLevel in some other countries, but they're using it in English. How could I get into maybe work on this? Because I'm trying to break into the Spanish market, Hispanic market, which is really large, I'll say. So it would be easier if when the browser switches to Spanish, everything switches to Spanish. But I've been trying to go to labs and suggest some things like that, but I don't see a way for me to be able to send them an email or anything like that.
Yeah, if you ever want to submit ideas, you can go to ideas.gohighlevel.com and then you can submit a new idea there. If there are no, like what you really want is like a white label,
No, I don't want a white label. I just want the same thing, but in another language. That's all. Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't know. I don't.
So you say ideas go high level.
Yeah.
That I appreciate it though. Thank you very much.
All right, you're welcome. All right, guys. Well, thank you all so much
Hey,
for joining me.
Bridget,
Yep.
don't let us go without a report on your puppy.
We were just talking about that right before the meeting.
Oh, okay.
Okay, she's a Yorkie. She has like her knees pop out of place, I guess. I guess that's normal for Yorkies. So she has some pain meds and stuff right now. We're gonna do that for a week and then see if it gets any better. Hopefully she doesn't need surgery, but she's just a little baby just walking around here like looking all sad and everything. So it's heartbreaking, but it's at least I know that she's been checked out, she's on medicine. We'll see. Hopefully it's all good.
Real quick.
Yeah.
So, okay, I heard what Terry was saying about the A2P generator and then doing a form. So then if I'm using basically FormWise to do that, I can have them fill out a form and then it can go directly into the FormWise app, or would I manually have to do it?
Oh, I think what Terry's saying is that he uses so they fill out the form that he gives them, and then he takes that information, puts it into the FormWise form, and then the output that he receives is what he puts into.
Understood.
Is that correct, Terry?
Correct. Yeah. Correct. Because that saves me time.
Yeah.
I just copy and paste.
Yeah.
I wish you had
it'd be great if that was an automated process.
more time.
Yeah. True. You know, I'm limited on time, so I'm always that's our greatest asset. That's our greatest asset. So I'm
right.
I was doing it physically, and then just like Bridget said, I was like, man, okay, this is not working the way I want it to work. So then I started thinking that what can I create to alleviate me? I look at ways I put me in it, then I take me out. So all the stuff I do it first to make sure I got my process right, and then I eliminate me through HighLevel.
Exactly. That's exactly what you want to do. That's why you're crushing it, Terry.
We try.
That's exactly what I did too. I just tell you guys to do everything that I did. This is all I know. If you ask me about other things, I don't really know about that. But if you ask me about what I did, happy to share. I'm glad that it's.
I got one question for Charles. So on the office hours, because I'm used to our community, right? Do they go into like how-tos and
it's this is Charles P. Taylor, so I go in every meeting like it's a Bridget meeting. I guess that's the easiest answer.
I can see how the ads is I'm teaching my daughter, and I told her that this could be another business for her, and I got people who want this kind of work done.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not into fulfillment. Right.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, it's great from the standpoint you go in, you ask questions. So I go in, I treat it pretty much the same way. They cover whatever they want to cover, and then they have Q&A. They're like, "What's up?"
And where's that link for that, Bridget?
I'm gonna tell them
for the office hours.
They always put it in their group, but if you go into the membership area and you click on the play, you'll see I've added it there as well.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Maria, I'll go ahead and get your question for you.
I just wanted to add my doggy story. My
Okay.
doggy 13, he's a Shih Tzu, and he's had a cone on his head since the 30th. He had a growth in his eye, and I had it removed, and it was on the outside and on the inside. It was huge. And the poor thing is walking around with a cone since the 30th, and it's like 90 degrees. I feel so bad. My nerves are bad. I'm like, we're gonna burn it when it comes off on Monday. He has till Monday. So our dogs are
Feel
our
your too.
babies. I'm the one that's suffering. He's walking around with this bell. He's hitting everyone. You know, the cone, I call it the bell. And he's learned how to eat and drink with it. And I'm too stressed. I can't even look at him. But
Oh,
at least the growth is gone. And that was a challenge.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's heartbreaking when your little babies are not feeling
He
well.
was crying. And I was like, oh, I hope they don't ruin his
Were
eye.
you were you crying too? Because
I haven't been able to sleep. You know, when he came back from surgery, I didn't sleep the whole night. I was awake with him till 2, 3, 4 in the morning because he was crying. I was like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah, it's
yeah,
heartbreaking.
well, it's our babies. Just
Yeah,
my story too. I had to throw it in there.
yeah. Thank you so much. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for joining me. Miss Maria, I will send you that link to my calendar when we're done here. I hope you have an awesome weekend, and I will see you all on Monday. Same time, same place. Go make your